Namaste everyone, I am Sushila Mirpuri. Today's topic is coelom, which is from the term chapter Animal Kingdom. We are going to study about the coelom in three ways. What is coelom? How many types of coelom? And why we are studying about the coelom. So let's start. What is the coelom? If you are thinking about a cavity, so you are going in the right way. Where is the cavity found and how it is formed? The cavity is present into the animal's body and how it is formed. So today's topic coelom, I will explain with a definition of the coelom. Coelom is a body cavity. So here is the definition of the coelom. Coelom is a body cavity in between body wall and gut. It means alimentary canal with mesodermal lining. Here mainly three things are required. Coelom forms in embryonic stage. First of all, one thing is most important, which is body wall. It is formed by the ectoderm. And second, a gut, which is called alimentary canal. It is formed from the endoderm. And third most important thing is mesodermal lining. So coelom is completely formed by three germinal layers: ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Ectoderm forms body wall. This is the outermost covering of an animal. And second is alimentary canal or gut, which is made by the endoderm. And third most important thing is third germinal layer, which is called mesoderm. It means mesodermal lining is compulsory for the coelom. See, entire coelom or empty space, this space is outermost having covering outermost mesodermal lining and innermost mesodermal lining. These are epithelial cells, and outer covering of the coelom mesodermal lining is called parietal peritoneum, and innermost lining of the coelom is called visceral peritoneum. Okay, these are epithelial cells, and coelom is here the space in between gut and body wall. You must have heard the term coelom in so many questions. The term related the word coeloms are acoelomate, coelomate, pseudocoelomate, schizocoelomate, eucoelomate, anterocoelomate and hemocoelomate. These all terms of the coeloms are most important as like a key point for identification of any animals. How we identify the animal belongs from which phyla? Through these key points which are related to the coelom. So focus here for understanding the coelom. When we learn about these terms, there are main 3 points you have to keep in your mind, which are ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm, because these 3 germinal layers play most important role to forming the coelom. All these terms are important key points for the identification of any animals, how the organism belongs in which phyla. So these all terms are most important to identify an organisms. Now we have reached to the next step of the video, how many types of coelom. On the basis of coelom, animals are categorized into 3 categories on the basis of the coelom. First of category, acoelomate, second pseudocoelomate and third category is coelomate. Each scientific term explains itself on. So first term is acoelomate. The term acoelomate explains itself. The animals, they do not possess coelom are called acoelomate. And animals like sponge, which belong to from phyla Porifera, Cnidaria, Ctenophores and flatworms. All animals are acoelomate. It means they do not possess coelom. These sponge, Cnidaria and Ctenophores are diploblastic. They have only 2 germinal layers, ectoderm and endoderm. Ectoderm meets body wall, endoderm meets gut. So where is mesoderm? Remember, I told you the most important layer is mesoderm. which forms lining, outer and inner lining of the coelom. In these three groups, all animals are diploblastic. And last group, flatworms or platyhelminthes. These are triploblastic animal. And you think about they are three germinal layer, ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Three germinal layers are present into flatworms. So how these animals are acoelomate? Because the most member of flatworms are endoparasite and they do not possess alimentary canal. So when alimentary canal is not present or it may be reduced, so how can coelom is formed? And second most is thing, they do not, the mesoderm do not form linings, outer lining and inner lining in the coelom. So flatworms and platyhelminthes phyla is also acoelomate. Instead of it possesses three germinal layer, it is categorized into acoelomate. Now second category is pseudocoelomate. The term, first of all I tell you, the term explain itself on the word pseudo. What is the meaning of the pseudo? Pseudo, it means false. False, it means they have coelom but false coelom. Pseudocoelomate animals belongs only one phyla, which is Ascahelminthes or called nematodes like Ascaris. They are diploblastic animals. Body wall is also present, which formed by ectoderm. Alimentary canal is also present, which formed by endoderm, and mesoderm scattered into the middle part of the body. It do not forms linings in the coelom. So the coelom body cavity is also present, but it do not possess mesodermal lining, outer and inner lining. I told you outer layer is parietal peritoneum and inner layer is visceral peritoneum. It is not found in the pseudocoelomate animals. Now next third category is coelomate. Coelomate tell us the animals which having true coelom or true cavity are categorized to coelom. They are triploblastic. It means they have three germinal layers, ectoderm, mesoderm and ectoderm. Ectoderms form body wall and endoderm forms gut. Mesoderm also forming two linings, innermost lining, the visceral peritoneum and parietal peritoneum. It is true coelom or eucoelom. Coelom cavity found in which animals? These animals are called coelomate. The phyla annelids, arthropods, mollusca, echinoderms and all hemichordates are categorized into coelomate. Now on the basis of origin of the coelom, coelomate animals or true coelomate animals or eucoelomate animals are categorized into two categories, schizocoelomates and enterocoelomate. How the schizocoelom is formed in embryonic stage. So we learn about the term schizocoelom. First of all, the schizo word tell us its meaning. Schizo, it means splitting. Schizocoelom, the coelom is formed through the process of splitting. Which layer, which type of cells are split into the schizocoelom? Remember, I told you three main important germinal layers, ecto, meso and endoderm. The coelom is mainly originate from the mesoderm. It arises from the mesoderm. So here the mesoderm is split and forming coelom. How it is split? When ectoderm is made body wall and endoderm is forming the gut. Mesoderm is present in the embryo as a mass or sheet of the cell like this. This mass of the cell splits into two parts like this. It splits in between two layers and making two layers. These two layers forming the lining of the cavity. Outermost lining of the cavity and innermost lining of the cavity. The coelom is formed through the process of splitting of the mesoderm. Here the cavity is formed from mesoderm through the process of splitting. So the coelomate animals are called schizocoelomate. Which animals are categorized into schizocoelomates? They are examples are protostomes. You know about the protostomes. There are three categories: annelids, arthropods and molluscs. All three groups of animals are schizocoelomates. And next category is enterocoelomate. The term enterocoelomate explains itself. Here the coelom arises from the mesoderm. But where is the mesoderm? Ectoderm forms body wall. Endoderm forms gut. Here mesoderm arises from the outer growth of the alimentary canal. Here these green linings are indicate the gut. Red hollow outgrowth are arising from the outermost wall of the gut. These outgrowth forms mesoderm, and when these outgrowths are bigger, then they detach from the gut and form mesoderm. These mesoderms form the outer and inner lining of the cavity. Here no way of the splitting of the mesoderm, and mesoderm arises from the gut, outer wall of the gut. It means entire coelom is covered by the mesodermal lining, but they are arises from the gut. And this type of animals are called enterocoelomate. Examples: deuterostomes. Three clades of the phyla like echinoderms, hemichordata and chordata. All three categories are deuterostomes, and their coelom is enterocoelom. So here we learn about two categories, schizocoelom and enterocoelom. Both cavities arises from the mesoderm, but the process of the forming cavity is different. Here mesoderm is splitting, and here the mesoderm arises as outer growth of the gut. Now next thing which is most important for the term coelom, which cavity of the embryonic stage is converted into the coelomic cavity. This cavity is called archientron, which present in the gastrula stage. So the gastrula in the gastrula stage, archientron cavity is converted into the coelom. But as we are learn about the next category of the pseudocoelomate. Pseudocoelomate, archientron is not developing the coelom. Here the body cavity arises from the blastocele. It means two cavities in embryonic stage, blastocele and gastrocele or archientron. Archientron, they form cavity in the embryonic stage in animals. Acoelomate animals are categorized into the clades from porifera to platyhelminthes. And then next category, pseudocoelomates. These categories animals having cavity which formed from blastocele, but there are no mesodermal lining. So it is called pseudocoelomate. Or example, you know also flatworms. But in eucoelomate or true coelomate animals, the cavity formed from archientron. Archientron cavity is present only the gastrula stage of the embryo. Gastrula stage or gastrocele or archientron cavity forms coelom. Now, the true coelomate animals or eucoelomate animals animals which are starting from annelid to the chordates. Now, the last type of the coelom is hemocoelom. What the term hemo has been strike in your mind? Blood. Yes. Hemocoelom, it means a coelom which filled with the blood. It means coelom automatically reduced because it filled with the blood. The animals who possess the blood in their cavities, they do not have blood vessels. It means open blood vascular system present in which animals, these animals are categorized to hemocoelomate. Their coelom is reduced and mainly two phyla, arthropods and mollusca, are belongs to this category. Arthropods and mollusca. These both categories animals are hemocoelomate. Now, we reached at the last stage of the video why we are studying about the coelom. Coelom help us to identify the animals. It is most important key point to identify the phyla of the animal. So, we must have learned the different terms of the coelom. Now, I think you have understood all the terms of the coelom. And if you have any questions or inquiry, please you feel free to call me. Okay, bye.